There's the dawn chorus kicking in. Must be my alarm clock. Maybe a quicker day. Time to rise and shine soon. Well, good morning. It is early morning and I'm about to head off up into the bush here. So I thought I'd go for a quick bow hunt this morning. I'm about half an hour from camp. Man, I'm feeling buggered. Energy's just not there. Haven't seen any animals yet, but a little bit of sign, but not really in good feeding country at the moment. Oh, I can only go about 50 yards at a time. I've got to have a rest. Old heart's pounding. Makes you a bit worried. I almost feel like I'm going to faint if I'm not careful. I'm not going to stay out here too long today. I think that's just silly. Not in my current state. I'm going to work my way back up the gully here and try and do a circle back to camp. Probably take me another hour anyway. Holy hell. I need to get some food in the system real quick. Haven't even seen much vegetation to eat yet. It's a kaka up in the trees above me. You can hear that. It's a big parrot. Don't see many around these days, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll try and find a bit of mamaku or maybe some fern fiddleheads down the creek. Something, anything's got to be better than nothing. Boy, I tell you, 2 days without food. Knocked the stuffing out of me. Anyway, we'll just plod away slowly. We'll get there. Well, I've been hunting all morning, well, the last nearly an hour. This is actually the first thing I've found, a bit of houndstone. It shows that bit of new growth that's quite edible. That nice pale yellow. It's a bit like lettuce. It's quite good. The older green leaves like that are too hard and not palatable. You get them through the winter months, but this nice fresh stuff. It's good. I'm going to pick some of that, take that to camp. Well, it's 9 o'clock. I've been gone from camp about 3 hours. I'm just about back at camp actually. I've just got back down to the lake and I went around the lake shore a little bit and I could see some, on the shady face here, a few different ferns. I poked around, I finally found a mamaku that I can actually reach. So we'll get a couple of fronds off it, and there's a koru up there as well. Take that back, slice it up, dry it in the sun, and we'll at least chew on that for the time being. I'm really struggling finding any edibles. Yeah, disappointing. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, this is a start. Well, we're back at camp finally. Holy hell, it's hot. Scorching day, not a breath of wind. Whoa, man. Anyway, I'm knackered. Haven't seen any deer. Don't expect to really on the first trip out into strange country. It's actually hard enough trying to get a deer with a rifle, let alone a bow in this kind of terrain. Quite thick crown fern up there, quite thick bush in general. Didn't get onto any real hot spots for deer. A few marks here and there, but I'm going to try some different terrain another day. They're around, just got to find the little posies they like to feed and live in. Anyway, I've hunted high and low for forageables, edibles, anything gettable. And what I've found is, finally found a bit of mamaku. So I've got a couple of these big koru. There's actually quite a lot of feed in there. Hate the stuff really, but anyway, I'm going to slice it up and dry it in the sun and just nibble on it during the day, hopefully. A little wee bit of hound's tongue, but I didn't find anything else. No stinging needle, no fiddleheads. I'm going to have to try and find a nice wet gully where there's plenty of ferns. Keep exploring. Certainly not all going to get laid out in front of me on a plate, that's for sure. So keep at it. Just got to battle the fatigue and tiredness. Yeah, you've got no idea how tough that is. Body just gets weak. Your mind wants to keep going, but you just can't do it. It's only day 3. Boy. Oh well, time will tell. So here's my mamaku koru stalk, and I'm just scratching off the outer skin. To get at that white pith on the inside. There's actually quite a lot of food in something like that, so I'm going to slice it up. Don't really like it on its own. It's slimy as. It's a bit like a very bland potato dipped in a bowl of saliva, I tell you. If you get rid of that, I've eaten it cooked plenty of times and it helps, but it's just that slimy taste to it does my head in. I don't mind the pith of the trunk of the tree is actually quite good, but it's hard to justify cutting a tree down. I've eaten it from a dead standing mamaku. If you're lucky you might find one falling over on a slip somewhere, but they're hard to come by. At this stage of the game, I can't afford to be fussy. Somehow I'm going to have to force this down. And pretend it's, I don't know, something delicious. Some kind of tropical fruit. Mango slices. Oh, see what I mean? Ugh. There's lots of saliva. Ah, fuck it. Horrible. Oh. Oh. Whew. Oh, well, I'll sit that out in the sun for a while. There we have it. We'll sit that in the sun for a while to dry and attempt to eat some. I'm going to let that sit out there until I see a cruising fish, and I'll strip it in front of it, hopefully get a reaction. Well, it's mid-afternoon. I'm out here on the peninsula watching brown trout cruise backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. There must be 3 or 4 out here. Occasionally they'll dart off to the side and eat something. I don't know what it is, but I found a couple of big brown beetles on the waterline, so I'm trying one of those. I think part of the problem is it's so clear and calm. Fishing on a day like this, they get real spooky. You know, I'm sure they see the nylon as well, so thinking the answer might be after dark, light on dark. They might be a little bit less particular and a bit more bold. Frustrating, I know that. Barely a breath of wind today. The lake is absolutely flat. Searing hot. You probably see I'm getting burnt. I'm going to have to go back under the shade in a minute. Heat's reflecting off this papa rock. It's just like a furnace out here. Well, at least I'm seeing them and it's sort of a bit motivating. Just got to figure out how to get them on the damn hook. That's the annoying bit. We'll keep at it. Ooh. Ooh, look, it's cold. Ooh. 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 This morning when I got up, I found a bit of fresh possum poo not far from camp, and there was a bit there the day before as well, so it was really strange because I never heard anything in the night, no cackling, no scratching, no rustling, so I'm not quite sure what it's even feeding on, whether it's just come around camp to see if I had any food. It should have had a luck there, isn't it? Anyway, I've set 3 snares just for a bit of a laugh right by camp to see if we can't get them, and I'll show you them now. So this is the first one. That poo was actually just over there a little bit, so he's obviously coming right past here. So this tree, someone's actually put a cut on it on a lean, so I've put a just a bit of an entrance way there and some nice tasty bait, mamaku, in there, nice sliced up and ready to eat. Yeah, so if he gets hooked in that, I'll probably hear him from camp because camp's only 20 metres away. I'll come over and sort him out. This one here, just up the path a little bit, couldn't find any good springy saplings, so I put a counterweight up in the tree, it's a dirty big rock, and once again got a trigger system set up down there with a loop of wire and some bait each side, so hopefully he'll come along this faint trail here, poke his nose through there and get caught. So we'll go and have a look at the next one. This is a spring snare set, and I'm a bit worried about the the sapling. I have a feeling it might break. It's been cracking and making weird noises. So I don't want to get too close. But there we go. Pretty standard. Just got a little loop of wire there on a trigger. Come along, he'll hopefully nibble on the bait, hook the wire, trigger the snare, and you end up in the sky somewhere. Worth a crack, hey? Probably hear, if anything goes off in the night, I'll probably hear it anyway, so come over here with my big donger and sort them out. Mamaku, mamaku, how I love you so. Not just like sickly potatoes dipped in running snot. White pith of your trunk is not so bad, if a dead tree can be had. Your fibrous fronds and slimy kuru I eat, and sometimes I'd rather eat the smelly socks on my feet. I don't know if you heard that, but there's been a deer barking just up behind camp. There he goes. It's must have walked onto my scent from this morning. It's probably a hind. So they are there after all. We'll leave it to it. Well, good morning. Looks like another cracker day. Usually do with a bit of rain to cool things off and dampen the bush down. It's noisy as. Dry too, so. Well, guess what? I had a visitor last night. About 11 o'clock, I suppose. I woke up, rustle, rustle, rustle. So I got up, got the torch out, and there's 2 possums not far from camp. One was up the tree, one was on the ground, so I didn't really want to shoot the one up in the tree. I thought, well, that's guaranteed my arrow's going to get lost. The one on the ground, he came around the side of the tree and he stopped there about 4 paces away on the ground by the base of the tree. So shot him with an arrow and went straight through him pretty much. Stuck in the ground, and as he ran away, the arrow actually broke, which was a bugger. But anyway, I got the possum, so yay, got a possum. Big fat thing, so I'm going to get up in a minute. We'll get a fire cranked up, and while it's dying down, we'll get the skin off it, and we'll cook some up, and we'll get a couple of feeds out of it. Better go and check our snares too, because we've got another one. So yeah, so it's looking promising. Not sure how we're going to cook it yet. Got no fry pan, so might have to make some kebabs or something. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. Anyway, we've got some kai, so we'll get up and get into it. Good thing about Kanika forest is always lots of little sticks and twigs like that, which will crack up off getting the fire going. Well, here's your victim. It's a dirty big black buck possum, so it's probably going to be rank and tough as hell. So we'll get the hide off it, then worry about what it's going to taste like, I guess. So. I'm going to hang this up on the tree and try and keep it a bit cleaner. Well, there we have it. One possum. I've had to amputate one back leg because he had a bit of major trauma there. Namely, a broadhead arrow went right through, came out that side. So I've also got his liver and heart. So we might eat those bits up, no reason why not. So I'll just chop them up into bits now. I'm not quite sure how we're going to cook the damn thing yet. While our fires down. We'll have to we'll have to work out a plan. The flies are absolutely horrendous. So we'll get a couple. There's actually quite a lot of meat on this, so we'll select some fine cuts for breakfast. Yeah, well, where do we start? A fatty leg. Ooh. Rocks are exploding around the fireplace, that's typical. We'll have maybe some chunks of meat off one of the legs and, oh, I don't know, that's a bit of loin there. So that's breakfast. Put the rest in a bag, try and keep the flies off it. It's absolutely horrendous. It's the trouble this time of year is trying to preserve your food. It's too warm. Wintertime be easy, but this time of year things aren't going to last long, so I'm just going to have to eat it up, try and find some more. So I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but I found these bits of steel up in the bushes where someone's obviously left behind, so I've made up a rough as makeshift barbecue plate out of a bit of rebar. So I'll let it heat up, sterilise and chuck our meat on there, and we'll have a veritable feast. Fried possum for breakfast. It's going to be an absolute frying day too. I was going to go for a hunt this morning, but since I got that possum, I thought, well, the priority really is to get some food in the guts. I'm actually feeling pretty bloody good. The nausea and the headaches of the first couple of days are gone. Ketosis has kicked in. I'm burning body fat now, so hopefully this possum will have a bit of fat on it and do me the world of good. So we might do some more snaring later on, set some more snares, and yeah, it's going to be a scorch. I don't know if we do much fishing in the middle of the day. We might do. Good way of passing a bit of time, although it's damn hot, I tell you. Certainly going to be a bit of swimming on the cards later. Yeah, we'll get this possum in us first and see how that goes down. Hopefully not up. Well, the moment of truth has arrived. Crispy fried possum and some mamaku. Not your average breakfast, I guess. I'll tell you what, I'm almost looking forward to it. Now, I've got a confession to make before I start chewing on this. My whole life I've spent shooting and trapping possums, plucking them and skinning them for fur. But I've never actually eaten one. I think it's the smell of things that puts you off. They absolutely reek, and the scent gets all through your skin, on your clothes. It's quite hard to get off. It's really off-putting. That's really the only reason. Because you get a nice fat possum, they're really healthy. There's lots of body fat. I mean, let's face it, they're virtually 99% vegetarian. So there's no real reason why you can't eat a healthy one. This is probably not a good one to start on because it's an old buck possum. I'd rather have a nice fat doe any day. I think almost guarantee that it'd be better eating, or a young one. Anyway, we've got what we've got. So let's try it, eh? Crispy leg. Not bad, tell you. It's not bad. It's not uneatable. Just as well as enough fat on it. It's got nice and crispy. Quite strong, as I thought it would be. And quite tough. But we're in no rush, are we? There's a bit of meat off one of the other legs. That's actually not bad. I think the key is not to overdo it. Yeah, happy with that. Got my Manuka tea. A little bit of a weird taste to the loin meat. Maybe it's because it's getting around the scent glands. Just trying to ignore that, swallow it. Get out, frog. Ugh. It's the first solid food I've had in what, 3 days? So quite pleased with that. We'll keep eating that. It'll do us good. Right. Haven't done this for a while, so I hope I can remember. Hey. Well, that was easy. Well, it's another day virtually done and dusted. Been a funny old day actually. It started off scorching hot. It was so hot I just couldn't do anything outside. I was just unpleasant. I even flagged going up into the bush to set more snares. I just didn't have the energy to do it. So been mucking around camp all day doing different things. I did go up into the bush to try and find some saplings for a building project tomorrow, which I'll tell you about then. The wind got up this afternoon. It blew like crazy, and now it's died off a bit. It's actually clouded up and it feels like rain in the air, so that's alright. A bit of rain wouldn't hurt. Bush is really noisy, and I think if I'm going to have any chance of hunting, it's got to have a bit of moisture on the leaf litter just to quieten it down a bit. Otherwise it's actually turned into quite a pleasant evening. So if it rains, well we'll just take it how it comes. I'll just let my fire down a bit, and I'll chuck the old posse on there and we'll have a feed. Haven't had anything since this morning, so not feeling too bad. A little bit weak, but probably get another couple of feeds out of that possum and I'll have to get something else. So hoping we'll get another one. We'll certainly be looking around camp tonight and see if that other big grey one comes back. Hopefully that's a doe. I'd like to see, I reckon it'd be much better eating than their old buck. Anyway, I'm not too fussy. Quite pleasant sitting here anyway. Enjoying the serenity. The odd swan, the odd duck. A few frogs croaking in the background. I don't know where. There must be a wetland or something over the bay there. Every now and then I see a fish splash. Don't know what they're splashing about. I'm sure they've got their lips sewn shut. Don't seem to eat anything. Trying to come up with another plan on the fishing. I actually thought the fishing was going to be the easiest part of this trip. It shows you what I've always said, every trip, expect the unexpected. Yeah, it doesn't work out like you think. Not to worry. I can feel drops on my head. It's starting to rain now, so better get our fire stoked up, I think, and dinner on the go.